Place, kind of answering a question of the offseason, seemingly very quickly. Jerry Jones says, wait a minute now, if this is fucking a number 3 overall pick's available for what? For a fourth rounder? Fucking see you later to that 4th rounder. Number 3 overall pick, 4th rounder. I mean, I'm old. People say I'm a little bit out of touch. There's a photo of what's going on over there back in the day.
Sure.
People said there are things about me being too handsy, maybe too in there. Why is this guy doing press conferences after the goddamn game, every single game? Well, because I'm the owner. How about I haven't won in 28 years? So what? Oof. I know math. 4th rounder, 3 overall. What's the fucking question here? Send that thing. Get Will Greer the fuck out of town. Was he a number 3 overall pick? I don't think so. So now Trey Lance seemingly going to a place where an owner is going to have a lot of faith in everything that he could potentially become. Michael Irvin back on TV this morning. Welcome back.
Mike.
Welcome back to Undisputed, that whole new crew.
Yep.
Michael Irvin said, people talking out of their fucking minds right now. He's saying people are saying this is a threat to Dak Prescott. Trey Lance is not a threat to Dak Prescott. They've won 12 games. Now, they didn't do their thing in the playoffs, which is always going to be what people determine a successful season upon. He said, but people are saying Trey Lance is a detriment or a competition to Dak Prescott are out of their damn mind. Now, Michael Irvin has been a very big Dak Prescott supporter and obviously a big Dallas Cowboys supporter. But I do think that narrative was an interesting one. As soon as Trey Lance gets there, people act like this is back whenever the draft happened. And they're like, oh, this is number 3 overall pick. This guy's here to run the quarterback out of town. Weren't they talking about an extension just a few days ago with Dak Prescott? Wasn't Dak Prescott calling the plays for the last preseason game? And then he did well. He did. Lit up 4 tuds for the quarterback. There's even a little shot from the sideline where Mike McCarthy hears the play call and goes, oh, yeah, I like that play call. Oh, yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that's a good play call. So Dak Prescott said, I was not informed of this. I'm not worried. It's business. Like, what's it going to take? But people around the NFL and around media types and then on the X, obviously, were like, well, this means Dak Prescott's not in good shape. It's like, I don't know if anybody of any importance actually feels that way, but I do find it fascinating that Jerry Jones said, we thought about Jalen Hurts a couple years ago. You get these big, strapping lads at the quarterback position. Why not? Why not? Especially if something happens to Dak, I appreciate it. But what will Trey Lance become? Doesn't appear that he's going to get a chance to get on the field here in Dallas just yet, but maybe here in a few years, we'll be able to see what this guy's potential is, because allegedly the potential is why he was drafted number 3 overall.
There you go.
Haven't seen it. John Lynch Shanahan apologized to Trey Lance on his way out. Trey Lance apologized to the 49ers on the way out. Just a misunderstanding, a bad situation, a victim of circumstance is what Shanahan said, and now they're both in a new chapter, but that was a big deal.
So Trey Lance is taking Dak's job. That's what the internet's telling me?
That's awesome.
It's funny. So that was. I actually thought. So there's 2 separate things for the 49ers. Bad original trade up, obviously. Like, I don't think anybody needs to say that.
Worst of all time. They're saying. Worst of all, that's what they're saying.
Not great.
I mean, I'm not researching every pick, but
that
seems like it's certainly up there in the Mount Rushmore.
That was some bull diggity.
Bad. On the other hand, getting a 4 for him now, when it's look, it's already bad. But I thought they did a nice job. That there was a real market. This is a future trade. So like, the fact that everyone texted right away is like, what does this mean for Dak? I'm like,
it's like, wake up, people.
Like, Trey Lance, I think, has some talent. You hope that he develops. I think that would be awesome. He was the 3rd stringer with San Francisco. And then for people to think that he's going to come to Dallas after being the 3rd stringer and then challenge the starter is wild. Like, I just don't see that to be reality. Like, if he could develop and get himself together, I think he can develop as a good backup in Dallas, and then we'll see. But to me, like, for people to say, like, what does this affect Dak? Like, not at all.
Not at all. Yeah. Thank you. Wow. Yeah, Ian Rappaport making sense.
People were talking about Trey Lance. Dak starts slipping a couple weeks. Look for them to potentially send in Trey. It's like, I don't know if that's going to happen.
You're going to send a Cooper Rush before that.
Cooper Rush.
Yeah, Cush was a dog.
Yeah. Come on.
He was an absolute dog until he wasn't. But also, Dak Prescott's calling plays.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that is, they love Dak, I think, more than they've ever loved Dak right now. And they're going to have to, because last year, social media team was killing him.
Yep.
Fans were killing him. The training camp, internet was killing him. Now it feels like the team's around him. Good luck to Dak. I don't know how he's going to have success, but I'm pulling for it. We'll talk about this Trey Lance trade to Dallas for a 4th round. I appreciated John Lynch 3 years into this going, Yeah, fudge it up, guys.
I F this shit up.
Took a shot, didn't work out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think more people should do that. They really should.
And when I tweeted
Own
out
your
that
shit.
last
That's what my
week
wife
of
always
John
says.
Shanahan here,
Own
right?
your shit.
Like, such a real statement that I don't think everybody fully comprehends.
I'm gonna end it right there. Well, hello, good people. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear. I know you can't see Joe Bear up there, but Joe Bear is up there. He's up there. Shout out to my buddies down in Florida that gave me the teddy bear at the last Super Bowl I went to in Miami. What's up, people? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because we need to get open for business here, and we need to wake up the football gods. It has been a crazy day. I have to say that today, I can't believe I'm going to say this shit. I can't. I can't believe I'm going to say I actually enjoyed Undisputed today. I enjoyed the first half an hour of that where they were literally just talking about this whole topics, about what this means for Dak Prescott, that Dak Prescott's getting the message and everything else. It wasn't so much the topic as it was the passion and the way that Skip Bayless looked about this big. He looked like I keep saying, he was like the kids at Thanksgiving. Go on now. Grown folks are talking right now, Skip. Did you see the body language? Did you see the rolling eyes? He was literally sitting there pouting on his own show. Now, before I get into it deeper, let me say hello to Dallas, the Gina Dallas Diva. I still get tongue-tied on that girl. Crystal Caramel Corn. What's up, Crystal? Angelica Barron. What's up, Angelica? Tomorrow I'll be back at the Red Brick House, and I have something special to put up over there at the Red Brick House. It came in today, and I'm going to be putting it up tomorrow, so definitely I know you're going to be watching Angelica. Lady Libra. What's up, Lady Libra? And Miss Hot Sauce herself, Lola Cowboys. What's up, Lola? Oh, man, there's so many people in here. Everybody's a little thirsty right now. Everybody is looking for news on the Cowboys and stuff. I see Ward family. Hopefully he's not dealing with any train crashes. There's Joanne Gonzalez. What's up, JoJo? Did I miss any? I know Stacy Schubert. What's up, Stacy? I got to go deep. Back here. All right, I think I got everybody. Good evening, everybody. So it was nice and refreshing because to see Michael Irvin, literally, they need to play organ music. Michael Irvin getting up there. He's getting the deep voice. I was one of the best that ever did it. One of the best that ever did it. Don't tell me. I won on every level. And Skip Bayless, what did you win, bro? Bro, I'm sorry, Skip, what did you, Skip, what did you get, what? And Richard Sherman getting passionate. And then you had kind of like Keyshawn he was more of the moderator who was balanced between, the playmaker and Richard Sherman. And it was just literally like, Skip Bayless looked so small back there. He just looked like, can I get a word? Hey! I loved it. What Fox should do right now, what they should do right now, just cut Skip Bayless. And just have those three guys. That is a winning formula. And it's funny because if you watch that, and then you watch Speak for Yourself, and you see Shady McCoy, it's not the same. It's literally not the same. It's not even close. That, my friends, was actually really, really good, and I was actually enjoyed that. All right, so I have gotten so much. I've gotten emails from people that tell me I'm an idiot. I mean, usually I just get it in the comments, but now these Eagle fans are literally going to emails telling me, my breakdown of Mozzie Smith, that I don't know anything. And it's like, bro, I did actually play nose guard. I did actually play nose guard. I did. I had my head right there in front of the football. Yeah, I'm not saying I'm an expert or anything like that, but I do have some experience in doing it. But that's cool. Yeah, the thing that's funny to me is, if you think I'm an idiot and don't know what I'm talking about, why do you waste your time watching and comment? That's what I just don't understand. Because, there's a lot of people out there that have, that do this. I look at it and say, man, that guy's an idiot. I'm not going to waste my time, because time is precious on watching it. So respect Skip for fighting for his dream team and then putting them air. Eddie, here's the thing about, be careful what you wish for, because you might just get it. And that was a case where he got his dream team, and his dream team might become a nightmare for him, because you can see, Shannon Sharp has gotten a lot better. Shannon Sharp, from when he started, I used to call him Mr. Ed. Skill. Okay, I used to call him Mr. Ed. But you can see him starting to develop and get his own take and stuff, and growing out of Skip Bayless. And Skip Bayless figures that he can still be my Dallas Cowboys. And you don't know it, because he tried that. He tried that with the whole Cooper Rush thing, and he got beat over the head with it. Literally, because he was going through, here it was, Cooper Rush. He was 4-1. He was magnificent. He did that. And they're like, bro, they dumbed down the offense for him. They kept it tight, but they understood when Dak came back, we can open up the playbook and we can do more things and challenge. They scored a lot more points. So that's what you got with that. So literally, I'm curious how Skip Bayless is actually feeling today about that. Because he's got an ego. He has to be the top dog, but he had 3 alpha males on there. And guess what? It is time for the mailman. What's up, Brian? How you doing, man? How you doing, bro?
Running, man. It's always running. Mondays are my run day, it seems. Late. What's up?
Man, you know what? I'm excited. I have been dealing with the trolls and everybody out there that's, coming through with the comments. This is the end of Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott, he's not going to get his contract. He's got, now the Cowboys got leverage. I don't feel that way. I have a hard time believing that a guy who can't stay healthy and beat out Sam Darnold now all of a sudden is going to be the reason why the Cowboys don't give Dak Prescott a contract extension.
Yeah, no, not at all. If anybody watched the end of the game, the reason why Dak acted the way he did was one reason only. Him and Will Greer
They're buddies.
are really close. So, everybody also forgets that when Dak came in the league, that one Tony Romo. Oh, you can't see him. Oh, yeah, you go right here.
I see Romo. Okay.
Yeah, Romo wasn't the nicest guy to Dak, and Dak hasn't forgotten it. Anybody that that's like close to the situation or really knows, Romo did not help Dak one iota at all. It was bad. So Dak always vowed not to do that, so he would never do that to Trey. That was more of an homage to Will Greer.
Yeah.
And let's not, what up, Coyote? Let's not feel sorry for Will Greer, because I keep, because I said it again yesterday. He had an opportunity all throughout training camp, and he had an opportunity in the first 2 preseason games to stand out. And he did the opposite.
True.
So he had one great game. Everybody's like, oh my God, we need to find a way to keep him. Listen, man, I think it was Bill Parcells once has said, I don't cut the players. The players
cut themselves.
You cut themselves. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
And, you got to go with the talent. I love that video you played this morning with Skip Shameless. I hate the fact that I hate the fact that it was an unbelievable show. I hate it because Skip.
it was nothing about Skip Bayless.
I know.
The takeaway on Skip Bayless is he was outmatched. He was the kid at the grown folks table.
But I just wish that Michael, and I know that's not the way it works. I wouldn't be good on that show because I would just want to shut you up and say you don't know what you're talking about. I know that's not how it works, but I wish Michael would have came back to Skip and said, "Oh, okay. Well, Dak Prescott mangled his ankle. Remember, he was making excuses for Trey Lance?
That was just like literally. I was
Dak
like, wait a minute,
broken thumb with a friggin' pin in it all year,
right? And came back and still scored 30 points.
Michael needed to step up and do, but I don't know how it works if it's like scripted that deep to where you can't interject. I don't know.
You know what? The way Michael Irvin was to me, the conversation between Michael Irvin and
talking loud. So.
I think that shit was real. I think that was unscripted between them. I mean, here's the topic and all that. You could see Skip Bayless like I want to get into this, and when he finally did, he tried to get into his whole passion thing about Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush, I don't trust Dak Prescott. Cooper Rush came in and he did blah blah blah, and it was just kind of like, bro. The defense played well. They dumbed down the audience, the whole offense, and so on, and blah 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 blah. And it was like, you just don't really know what you're talking about. But be that as it may, one thing I wanted to, I was looking up earlier today because everybody has so focused. Richard Sherman was another one with Dak Prescott's interceptions, and oh my God, he's throwing interceptions left and right. You have to look at life as, is this an exception or is this the rule? Because if we look at, say, Drew Brees, I just had them up. I don't know what I did with them. You look at Drew Brees, his statistics, right? Drew Brees will be a Hall of Famer. Is it safe to say that?
Yes, absolutely, 100%.
Okay.
Yes. They're saying I'm echoing, and it's not me, so I don't know.
You're echoing?
That's what Angelica and a couple other people were saying. I checked all my stuff. So.
Hang on, it might be because I unplugged. Okay, let me.
Right, just to give you a heads up, didn't mean to.
No problem. Let me just check. Let's see. Check the. Because sometimes I'll turn on move the camera and stuff, and it ends up being that it's on in two places. Let's see. Desktop. Say something.
Yo, check. How's my voice now, Angelica?
Okay, nope. Hold on.
Angelica.
Let's see.
I didn't mean to stop your progress here.
No, I see what it is. Your desktop.
It sounds like an echo box, but Brian always sounds like that. Don't start, Angelica.
Okay, speak again.
Check. Anybody there?
Okay,
hello?
that should take care of it. I hope. Okay,
it ain't me, Angelica. All right, she says that's better. So.
Okay, good.
All right, I'm sorry about that.
Oh no, it's not you, man.
No, I know, but I don't want to put out a bad thing here. So, all right, so go ahead. If you can remember where you were talking about Skip, I think.
Ah, all of a sudden my cameras went out.
There's this guy down here. He's got a Cowboys boot.
Okay.
What's going on with it? That thing's.
All right, so I just lost my cameras. Okay.
Well, we could see you though.
You can see me? Okay.
I can.
Okay, you can see me, but that. Hold up. They're reconnecting. Okay, keep talking. Just keep talking real quick, okay?
Anyway, so yeah, I was just hoping that that Michael Irvin would have called out that Dak had, like we're making excuses for Trey Lance, right? That he had the dislocated ankle, You saw what Dak came back from, okay? I mean, come on now. Why are we going down there? The only way... Yeah, it's all your fault, Angelica. The only way for Dak to shut it up is for him to win a Super Bowl. We all know that, but I did. It was hard for me to watch, but it was very, very good. It was very good. It's really was the best thing I've seen on Skip Bayless's show in a long time. I'm really happy for Michael Irvin. So, hey Jojo, how are you? Kevin Ledford says no picture at all. What's up, Thomas
Okay,
Garrett?
we're back.
How you doing, man? You all right?
Yeah, I just had to reboot my cameras for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. We are back. Okay, what I was saying about Drew Brees, which is to me is kind of interesting, is you have good years and bad years. It doesn't mean that every year you're going to have the same thing, because as I look through his numbers, and let me pull it down through here. 1 year he had 17 TDs, 16 interceptions. Another year, 11 TDs, 15 interceptions. And then he started getting better, 27-7, 24-15, 26-11, 28-18, 34-17, 34-11. All of a sudden he started getting better. Then 33-22, 46-14, 43-19. 39-12, 33-17. So when you look at it and say 19, in 1 year he throws 19, is that the normal for him? Or is that the exception? Or is that the rule? And you can go through with Tom Brady, and Tom Brady's got similar years like that. 1 year he's got 0 interceptions. Another year he's got 16. These things come and go, and you have to look at the situations. Dak had a broken thumb. Dak had not necessarily great wide receivers. So I'm looking at this, and everybody is focused in on, the interception, that he's got to be laser focused on not throwing interceptions, so he's not going to be aggressive. Hate to tell you, this offense is going to be really, really aggressive, but you're going to look at this and say, Brandon Cooks is going to be a lot better at catching the football. Michael Gallup is going to get some separation, so we won't have people all on top of it. At least that's my take. I could be wrong, but we'll find out in about 11 days how it's going to start working when we take on the New York Giants.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it too. I mean, I'll be there, but yeah, I couldn't. I mean, I agree. I think it's going to be fine. I really, really do.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear the latest?
On
here, I'm getting my information now. I had written it down. I did a video earlier. Michael Gelkin and Todd Archer. Did you hear the latest? I actually stumbled on it. I released my 53, and
Go ahead.
Yeah. It's not official, but anytime anytime you hear Michael Gelkin or Todd Archer say something, they are deep. They are deep within the Cowboy.
Let me come closer.
If they're saying it, they're not just saying it. Expect Jabril Cox and a Kelvin Joseph to be either traded by Tuesday or both cut, which really surprised me.
I'm not because you had Jabril Cox. We thought he was going to be that guy. For so long, we were thinking about him being like Overshown was, but he just never seemed to get out of the blocks. He's had the injuries and stuff. And Kelvin Joseph, he's done well in special teams, but he also always seems to make some boneheaded penalties. And you saw him line up offsides again here. Right
I'm
there.
I'm surprised they're pulling the trigger. That's all.
I'm not, because remember they got rid of Tristan Hill, even though he was a second-round pick.
Now those two are the ones, like the big rumors coming from Gelkin and Todd Archer, which it's not a rumor. They're either gonna be able to flip him for a seventh, or you know how that works.
I don't think you're gonna be able to trade him.
I'm just gonna give you a few names. These are not confirmed, but these are strong opinions, and it goes against what I was saying. So some I agree with, and there's a couple that I don't agree with.
Go on. Todd Wilson.
Run down real quick. I'll be fast.
Take your time, man. Take your time.
Neville Gallimore. Let's get to the Todd Wilson. Todd Wilson. Super chat. Todd Wilson. 100 pesos. But anyway, Neville Gallimore is due over a $1 million signing bonus if he makes the team this year. That was kind of why I didn't think that he was going to make it.
Right.
Brian Broader says he thinks he's in
I think he is too.
and Bohanna is out, which I actually
That
like
one-
that better. But, going by everything I've seen, the doghouse, Lepke, the fullback, he says he thinks he's out. Malik Davis is out. Now, obviously, they're going to try and get Lepke back
On the practice squad.
Yeah. Brooks.
Shout out to you,
on.
Dante. Appreciate
Brooks
that.
on. Jalen Brooks. I was surprised to hear that. The receiver that I really like. Brooks on. Isaiah Land on. Isaiah Land I had off because he's so raw. He's that edge rusher, had 19 sacks last year at a small college. Now is transitioning to linebacker. Raw, gonna play special teams. But he's actually he gotten a lot of pressure this preseason.
Yeah.
Farniok off. He's got Farniok getting cut. Nashawn Wright. See, this is the hard part,
Because you got guys that you'd like to develop, but you can't keep them all.
Yeah, and I'm almost done here, but Nashawn Wright and Jordan Lewis and Josh Ball, they all have to make the 53 before they can be designated anything. So Nashawn Wright is going to make the 53. He's not ready to play, so they're going to have to then move him to a list, like PUP list or whatever. Josh Ball is out 8 weeks. They just came out and said it. So Josh Ball's out 8 weeks. He's going to have to be on the 53 and then move to the IR and then brought back. I don't like what they're doing with Jordan Lewis. Supposedly what they're going to do with Jordan Lewis is keep him active on the 53, but he's not ready to play until at least week 3. So I don't like that. Why not just put him on PUP? But, but then you have to make a corresponding move when he comes off a PUP. But I don't know.
But that would buy you time.
It would. And, the last one, he's got Eric Scott being cut. I totally disagree with that. Eric Scott, he's the corner. I know he's raw. He hasn't done as well. Wow. A shout out to Kelly for the $20 super chat. He's rolling. But yeah, Eric Scott, they drafted him in the 6th, and they gave next year's 5. I find it hard to believe that they're going to cut him, but maybe they think they can get him back on the practice squad. But that bottom 53 is going to, it's going to be in big time flux. There's got to be guys that get cut. They're going to not just be on the practice squad, probably be on the 53. So it'll be interesting. Tomorrow at this
Tomorrow is going to be crazy.
Names, so.
Anyway, I bet by about 11 o'clock we'll start to see that. Let me say hello to Kelly. Shout out to you for the big super chat. We got you added into our drawings. Mark Coven struck in New York. They closed the schools. Oh, COVID struck. Okay.
Yeah, I hear the new strain is coming out. I don't want to.
I do not want to go back to. You know what?
It's crazy.
Lordy. Okay.
Here we go.
Yeah, I actually did a video about Philly 500's probably happy that Derek Barnett wants out of Philly because he can't stand Derek Barnett.
Well, I know Linda's in here. I don't know if I saw Twiz, but I did see Linda. She's not
There's
like
Linda.
this,
What's up, Linda?
They're not as deep as they think on defense. You got an aging Brandon Graham. Yes, you have Hassan Reddick. Great. He had a great year with sacks.
Yeah.
And
you got a lot of young guys.
So
your linebacking core is unexperienced.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's, it should be interesting.
Well, you know what's going to happen because they've got a kind of a cakewalk the first 5 weeks. It's going to be the Eagles, the greatest team and everything else. And then all of a sudden they're going to walk into that buzzsaw and they're going to come back down to earth.
Yeah.
It will be interesting. So your take on the whole Trey Lance. Are you with the sky is falling for Dak Prescott?
No, absolutely not. No.
No. I don't even think it gives Jerry Jones more leverage on Dak. I really don't.
Right out and said that they're trying to work out the long-term deal.
Right.
I'm not sure what people are not hearing. You know, what are you not hearing?
Here's the thing. If people act like, hypothetically, let's say that the Dallas Cowboys, that Jerry Jones went to him and said, hey, you know what? You're going to take $20 million or else we're going to get rid of you and we're just going to go ahead and keep Trey Lance. It'd be like, okay, no problem.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I'll be, he'd be like Rob Ryan. I'll be unemployed for like 5 minutes and I can pick where I want to go and win me a Super Bowl. Okay. Pay me my $59 million next year. Okay.
I think he's going to be here. It just needs to make sense, though. I mean, it does need to make sense, because I'm not going to sit here and say, if if they don't get a deal now, it does start to come into question.
Hold on for 1 sec. I want to address this. So Larry says, if Dak can't take us to the promised land, we need to move on. Because, of course, everybody over the last 29 years has taken us to the promised land, right? Everybody. This is the thing that drives me crazy, because we're sitting here and looking at, when you take the 29 years since the Cowboys won the Super Bowl, we had 4 playoff wins. 2 of those have happened in the last 6 years. 4 playoff berths have happened in the last 6 years. How is it we're ready to say, oh, that's not good enough, let's just scrap that and we're just going to move on? That's as bad as what the Lions did with Jim Caldwell. The Lions literally were 2 of 4 years with Jim Caldwell in the playoffs. The Lions. He had 1 losing season that was 7-9, and they said, oh, well, that's not good enough. They got rid of him for Matt Patricia, and they literally went down the toilet.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You're sitting here and the whole thing, you got to get rid of Dak. Okay. You got Trey Lance. You want to try and start over with that, a guy who hasn't, played 1 year in college football at Division I AA level. Okay. Who couldn't stay healthy, had literally the best opportunity and coaching staff that seems to win with every quarterback but Trey Lance. And you figure, let's move on and take that guy. I'm sorry, this is just ridiculous.
It is. I just want Dak's deal to get done sooner rather than later, because I think the longer it opportunity. You don't want to give. I know I'm going down the road, but you saw what they did on Undisputed. They went down the road. They, if this, if that.
Yeah.
The bottom line is, Dak, you can't get rid of Dak, for the next 2 years.
Right.
He's got a no trade, all this guaranteed money.
Yeah.
And you would have to pick up the option on Lance in that third year in and it's what, 14.6 mil.
Yeah.
That's not a bargain for a backup quarterback. So
that's unproven.
Something would have to change, like a long-term deal, not necessarily high money, or maybe a smaller type deal. I'm sure Lance don't want to play on a 1 year deal. Maybe he'll do like a 3 year, whatever, higher guarantees, with an opportunity. That's might be what he wants. The kid hasn't played a lot of football.
No, not at all.
Maybe you use him in some packages, like later in the year, as we get closer to the playoffs. Maybe bring him in with Dak, get the ball in his hand at the goal line. The dude is a special athlete. You could maybe use him that way, but it's not if he can't beat out Sam Darnold and
that's what I'm saying.
And what's his name? Brock Purdy. He ain't gonna come in here and beat Dak Prescott. You can say whatever you want about that. Dak, the numbers he puts up. What he did last year. Yeah, I understand he threw a lot of interceptions, but he led the league in scoring. It's not easy to do.
Coming back off of a broken thumb, and I still believe that Dak is still recovering from that ankle.
Yeah,
because you could still see he was not quite right when he was running. You see him running right now, he looked like he is 100% like he never had that injury.
Yeah, well, look, when I saw that it wasn't a documentary. It was just like I guess it was like a documentary where they said how much prehab he has to do all year round just to be able to function normally, let alone play football. This is something he's going to have to do for the rest of his life. So, and it's not an excuse. I'm not making an excuse for him, but um, he has a lot to do just to get ready to play football. So, just let's just hold the phone on showing him the door just yet. Let's let this year play out. I think it's going to be a special year. So let's just
Lord
let it
no,
play
but
out.
what has Trey done to put him over Dak? Okay, the only thing Dak Prescott haters will say is he's not Dak Prescott. That'll be it. It's just like they believe that anybody can do what Dak Prescott does. Remember, hey, I tell you what, Brian. Remember when we were at the draft at the NFL Experience?
Yes.
You remember we had DMV went ahead and the throwing thing, the deep pass.
Yeah, well, I actually have it on my GoPro, but
So everybody's out there like, oh man, he's a bum, man. I could hit that. They had the one that was like 10 yards and like 15 yards and then like 30 yards. How many balls do we actually see hit the target from all of these people?
Well, people forget you're throwing an NFL football. It's not like a little. It's a big football. It's different. Unless you have big hands like yourself.
Well, I will say, okay, now this is me because we all know I'm a Dak Prescott fan. I'm gonna preface it that Dak is my guy, but you have to look at this and say, with the exception of the worry about the offensive line, this is the best complete team I think we've had. I think the offensive line isn't as good as it was in 2016, but I look at the weapons that are across the board. Receiver-wise, he's got better ones there. And I look at this defense far and away better than any defense we've had. And that seems to me has been the main missing ingredients is we've always been able to score points, but we haven't been able to stop people. And finally, I think we can actually be able to stop the
Chris,
run.
Man?
So we'll have to wait and see. We got, according to this clock, 9 days, 22 hours, 40 minutes, and 35 seconds from that Thursday night opener.
Crazy, isn't it? It is on us.
It has come so fast. Lady Libra, hello, Joseph. How are you and family doing? Joseph Heatherly, oh my God, it has been so long. Joseph, I hope everything's well. I know Maya's been a little ill and stuff. You've been taking care of her and things. Miss you, Joseph. Have definitely missed you. The red brick house has come a hell of a long ways, and like I said, hopefully everything's going good for you. Will anything at this point shock you that the Cowboys do?
As far as what?
Anything. I just keep. This year has been so great.
I think they're in a different mode this year. I'm actually expecting something else. I don't know what.
You know what this reminds me of?
Something else. I just do. What? I don't know.
As much as Jerry Jones has been spurning Jimmy Johnson, this is more like what the Cowboys used to be like. Jimmy Johnson would say, it wasn't just the Herschel Walker trade that made us great. He said, we brought in like 54 free agents and trades of bringing in talent. He's like, not every one of them worked out, but we kept bringing people in till we found the ones that we needed for this roster. And that's what you look at with Trey Lance. I look at Trey Lance and say, is this the Steve Walsh move? People don't remember that basically Jimmy Johnson was trying to pump up Steve Walsh so he could get some trade value and stuff for him. Pissed off, of course, Troy Aikman. But
we were talking about, I think it was you, where like one of the guys were talking about, that that you wouldn't have been surprised if they would have drafted a quarterback in a fourth or fifth round this year. We were talking about it.
Yeah.
So what's the difference? This dude is only 23 years old, people. Do you understand how young he was when he came out?
Mm-hmm.
He only played 1 year.
He was wet behind the ears.
And he didn't play he'd play 7 games? He's got unbelievable ceiling, but he needs time. He needs to be coached.
Now here's the real question though.
Anoint Shanahan. What the hell has Shanahan have won? Hardware-wise.
True. But here's the thing. Did he deserve to be the number 3 draft pick and to have that much compensation given up for him?
You know how it goes. All the quarterbacks are always elevated. you're deserved to be picked wherever you're picked.
Oh
If
my
somebody
God.
deems you that, then that's where you're at. We can't have revision. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
Burgundy
Not
and
his
gold
fault.
conversations. The division belongs to the Commanders and Sam Howell now. Oh, geez, man.
8 wins. All you people talking up
Cocaine's a hell
the
of a
left
drug.
hand up. Give me a break.
Oh yeah, James. Yeah, the Rams are they're pretty much done with Matthew Stafford. They got what they wanted from him. They're ready to move on. They tried to trade him, I believe, last offseason. I think that was the rumor that was going around. But I don't think they got any takers. But see,
it's a different.
That's what people need to understand and take away, because Matthew Stafford was a turnover machine. Matthew Stafford didn't do anything with the Lions, but you put him in a situation where he had all kinds of weapons around him, and he was enough to win a Super Bowl. So for all the people out there that say, well, Dak sucks, just get rid of him. Getting rid of Dak doesn't cure your other problems. We had Tony Romo, and I will say Tony Romo was a really good quarterback, but Tony Romo couldn't cure all of the problem. He couldn't cure the offensive line. He couldn't cure the defense that we had. He couldn't cure stupid coaching in Jason Garrett. So you have to understand, winning a Super Bowl, even, we all can agree that the Eagles were a great team last year. They were a great team. They had all the advantages. They had health and all that, and that still wasn't enough. You got to be damn near perfect.
Well, I laugh, and it is what it is. I mean, I got Twiz saying, "Oh, Dallas, weak offensive line," and I'm like, hold up. Our starting 5 is better than it's very good.
It is if it stays healthy.
But I mean, nobody. You saw what happened to the Eagles last year when their right tackle Lane Johnson got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
What happened? They played ass and couldn't win. It was bad. So it's everybody, people. It's everybody.
Yes, that is the stinking New York Giant fan over there snoring. He is knocked the F out. Oh,
his sleep habit is all jacked up.
Oh, my God. He is snoring away big time.
Put down the Cavassier.
He wasn't drinking at all today. No, that's only on Fridays. But, man, he is definitely sawing those logs. That's okay, man. But I tell you what, he better hope that the Giants don't win, because he will be homeless. I'd hate to do it to him, but I'd have to kick him to the curb, man. There's no way in the world that I could take listening to him. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I try to be good, but I couldn't do that one. And I don't know that anybody would blame me.
Yeah, definitely not. All right, let's get back to there was a question, or no, it was what was it? DMS 920 member for 20 months. Mark, you watched the new Undisputed show this morning? Oh yeah,
I watched the first 30 minutes of it.
I was walking my route, and I had it in my. I was just looking down at my phone. It was hysterical. It was awesome. I mean, honestly, do you really need Skip there?
You don't. I'm telling you.
Get rid of Skip.
Skip Bayless was like a bump on a log. He was he brought nothing to the table.
Well, and you know what it was for me? Listen, I know they're going on opposite sides of an issue and all, but I really thought that they argued, but then they all gave a little. Like even Sherman, who was pretty tough, even he backed off just a little. He wasn't over the top negative against Dak. Whereas that's all you're going to get with Skip. Dak's done. He can't.
He still tried to do that. His whole thing's, I don't believe in Dak Prescott. He keeps reiterating he has become the anti-Dak Prescott guy. I used to believe in him, but I just Dak
Dallas Cowboys. Nobody likes you. You're not allowed to root for the Cowboys.
I wish he would go to another one.
It's just freaking annoying, right, Lola? But yeah, so Linda Conyers, the way I was feeling watching that, it made Skip looked useless. Yeah, you don't really need Skip if you have Michael, who.
Oh my
Say what
God,
you want.
Michael.
I know he's a homer for Dallas, but he puts out very, very strong
As
arguments.
opposed to Shady McCoy.
Who doesn't do his homework, doesn't watch the games. He thought he was watching Tony Pollard.
And Tony wasn't even in
was in
practice.
the ER with his wife giving labor. He was there for 20 minutes. Nobody likes even the Philly the Eagle fans like Shady, but everybody else don't like Shady. Mister, I don't tip waitresses and waiters and like in the city of Philadelphia, always causing problems at the nightclubs. He was ass after games. Let's put it that way. So I can't take. I'm glad he's not on there because that would just make him elevate him when he don't need to be elevated. So. But anyway, let's get back to the chat. You know what's funny, Mark? You always ask, who do you think will replace Dak?
I don't think it's going to end up being Trey Lance, okay? Eventually somebody will. In the same way, somebody replaced Rodgers, somebody replaced Troy, somebody replaced Romo. That's the natural thing, but I don't think it's going to be Trey Lance.
I'm focused on this year winning a damn Super Bowl, and Trey Lance can get himself a ring and be a part of a winner. I mean, and I'm not just talking playoff wins. I'm talking an actual ring. So that's what I'm looking forward to. That's what I want to do. We start in what?
Well, I tell you what, Clifford. I'll preface that. Who are you going to replace Dak with? That's going to be able to do that you can guarantee is going to do a better job with. Because the way I look at it right now, there ain't a lot of good quarterbacks out there. And here's what's kind of interesting for you Eagle fans out there who swear that you're automatically going back to the Super Bowl. There's a lot of quarterbacks out there that thought that they were going to be going back there. I could say Dan Marino, who went there his second year and figured, oh, this is easy. I'm going back. I can think about from your own team, Donovan McNabb, who vowed that he was going back. He didn't go back. I can look at Aaron freaking Rodgers, who we can all say is a great quarterback. He ain't been back to the Super Bowl. There ain't no guarantee that your team is going to be back. You could have had lightning in a bottle last year, and that shit may never be the same again.
Yeah, you look at the greatest show on turf. You look at all these dynasties, you think, oh, my God, they're going to be there forever. And you're not. Even the best of the best aren't going to be there forever.
Right.
You know, even under the best of circumstances, it comes and goes in the NFL. It's short-lived. You come back down to earth, then you have to rebuild. Shout out to the Eagles. They lost Wentz, hit lightning in a bottle at Hurts, and they got back there in a short period of time. That don't happen often. But you know why they got back there last year. They hit on everything. This offseason wasn't quite as dynamic. They lost 7 starters. They're like Mark says, they're counting on a lot of young guys. That's exciting. It is, but you better be honest and realistic and expect some pitfalls, ups and downs with young players. I don't care how. Even Micah Parsons, that first year, had ups and downs, and he was awesome. Do you really think either one of these young cats are going to have a Micah Parsons type year? No, they're not that type of player, but that's my opinion, and I'm entitled to it. What's up, Mr. Cowboy? Mark, do you have the Philly 500 Derek Barnett video?
Oh, I'll find it in just a second. But somebody said, well, Dak Prescott wasn't told about this trade. Well, I actually have to quote First Take on that one. Because if you were saying, Dak, are you okay with this? Then you would be basically saying, we believe this guy is a threat to you.
Exactly.
Okay? You're going to be making moves left and right. I mean, and not
pick and choose when it's important to talk to Dak. They talked to Dak last year and to talk to the draft picks before, and he talked to Jalen Tolbert before they drafted him. He bonded with Jalen Tolbert. Now, he didn't have a great year last year. Watch out this year because he's on fire already. He will be our number 3 receiver. But, I mean, they are allowing him to call plays on the sidelines. I mean, if you didn't like the guy or didn't have faith in him, they are ready to go. Stop. Just a quick story. When Brian Broaddus was with the Eagles, he was in the Eagles front office. He was a scout.
Yeah. How he came to the Cowboys from there, I don't understand.
Well, he was under Parcells. He was with the Cowboys
shout out to
prior
Kelly.
and then after. Yeah, he was with the Cowboys for 14 years, but off and on.
Mm-hmm.
But Brian Broaddus got a phone call from Bill Parcells and basically said, "Are you interested in Hugh Douglas?" With the Jets. That was when Parcells was with the Jets.
Yeah.
And Brian's like, "Oh, well, I got to talk to the owner." He goes, Bill Parcells says, "Listen, I'm going to dinner in a half hour. You have a half hour." They agreed on the compensation. He wanted a second round pick. So it was Brian Broaddus and Mike Lombardi had to agree to the deal without even talking to Jeffrey Lurie. Now, as we all know, it was a great deal for the Eagles. Hugh Douglas was that good. But Parcells gave him a half hour and said, "I'm going to dinner. If I don't hear from you, I'm going somewhere else. I'm not coming back." So sometimes that's the way it happens. You don't have a lot of time. You got to act on it.
Well, and apparently from what we're hearing is, as the 49ers said, the other offers, because I'm sure they would have rather not have traded with the Cowboys because we're kind of like mortal enemies. But between Baltimore, Buffalo, and all that, they said that the deals weren't even close. So it might have been the other guys were offering maybe 6th-round draft picks. The Cowboys just said, let's just stop pussyfooting around. We'll give you number 4 right now and get this thing done. And this thing, like you said, it could have been like, if you hang up the phone, we're going with somebody else. We just want to get this thing done and over with, and get it, and it just went together that quick.
Right. Yeah, and listen, you always want to acquire talent. Again, Cooper Rush is here. Yeah, that was another thing. This, like watching your First Take thing, Mark. Undisputed, excuse me. Skip was talking up Cooper Rush like he was the second coming to Joe.
Oh, he literally said we have the best backup situation in the NFL.
He was on the market, Skip Bayless, and nobody friggin' wanted him.
Right, and he said, "I'm mystified because I thought for sure somebody would have paid him."
Hear that.
I was just like, it's because everybody realized,
and it wasn't a 1 year, 6, 7, 8 million, like commensurate for a normal backup. It was $3 million.
Yeah,
like the veteran minimum is like 1.7, so or something like that. So it wasn't. Come on, man. Come on. It's just annoying. But listen, I'm glad we got the kid. Let's just let him relax, learn, grow. It can't hurt. God forbid Dak gets hurt. It gives us another option. If Dak doesn't get hurt, that's good. You always want to have talent. Yeah, I'd rather depend on a young kid than deal with. That's all. There's nothing wrong with that.
And you never know, because you might end up getting a situation where somebody calls you up and says, "Hey, we need a quarterback right now.
Yeah.
We'll give you,
exactly.
another pick for him that might be a better pick."
Steve Walsh. Everybody remember Steve Walsh?
Yeah.
And then they would. Jimmy Johnson was throwing that narrative out, or he wasn't saying it, but you never know. He was just pumping up the value, man. And I think they got a 2nd-round pick for Walsh, didn't they? Or a first? No, they got a first, right?
Yeah, I believe they did.
Yeah.
Logan, I will be going to the Red Brick House tomorrow because we're going to be putting in
the heading back up there.
Yeah, just for a night or two. I got the exhaust hood to put into the kitchen, and I want to get some more varnish on the floors while I'm there. So just a quick hit, not an all week thing. So I got to get back and get ready to go to Harrisburg and do some and also get ready because next weekend is the start of the season. So I've already been talking about to David Wild. I was like, "Oh, we're going to do the Italian sub for Monday night." He's like, "How about the chopped cheese?" It's like, okay, so we're going to have the heart attack the first Sunday. Okay.
Damn, you ain't playing games. Nah, man, you can't do the chopped cheese.
Oh, playing the Giants. I mean, that's one of the things they're known for is that chopped cheese, man.
We'll do chopped cheese then.
Yeah, like I said, we'll have a heart attack and put 10 pounds back on week number 1 to welcome the season
you'll
back.
Be going to the Red Brick House. Well, it won't be as hot.
Oh, boy. Thank you, Logan. I appreciate that, man. The Red Brick House is coming along. Well, I just actually got a Facebook message from somebody. He's like, "Are you interested in selling the house?" No. I've got too much blood,
I get
sweat,
the
and
messages
tears.
all the time. We'd like to give you a cash offer. Yeah, you couldn't afford it for a cash offer. This isn't my house. Isn't the house you want to do a cash offer? Exactly.
No, this is somebody, actually the person who showed me the house originally. He's like, I've got my cousin that they're looking for a house and stuff. And he's like, that might be, it's like, no, it's not perfect. It's haunted. It's a piece of, you don't want it. It's not for sale.
Chicken parm foot long. That's heavy.
A chicken parm foot long. Yeah.
That's heavy. That's heavy.
That was like, I want to say, was it Indianapolis? No. It was Atlanta that had the fried chicken sandwich that you take the chicken breast and you marinate it overnight in buttermilk.
Oof.
And breaded that sucker. Oh, my God. That thing. Oh, I think I just gained 2 pounds just thinking about it. Jared Morrison, I'm not trolling, all the facts. All right. So we're coming down to the end of the off season, and I look at this and say, this is the anti-last year offseason. I can't believe that we got Stephon Gilmore. I can't believe that we got Brandon Cooks, especially after we tried to trade for him last year and they wanted too much compensation. I can't believe that we've got Micah Parsons growing in just literally like a man on a mission. He's like, I almost feel like he's a demolition man or something here, that he is just ready to wreak havoc in the league. And even getting guys like Deuce Vaughn. This seems to be like the anti-Dallas Cowboys of what we've had for past years. Usually it's kind of like, we believe in what we got. We're not doing anything else.
Going with just big guys. We got Turpin, who's a speed guy.
Yeah.
We got Deuce Vaughn, who's a little guy.
We got everybody that's a speed guy.
Talent. We're not just worrying about, it has to be this, it's got to be that. No, just go with guys who make plays. And that's what I'm just happy, man. You got Tolbert really looking good. I mean, I'm just, I almost feel like the defense is going to let me down because I'm thinking, like, I know they're going to be good. I don't mean like let me down as in they're not going to be good, but it's almost like they can't live up to what I've been saying.
You mean like the 85 Bears? That's almost the hype that we're getting on them.
Can be better than what we think because, when we last saw our offense, I know Pollard got hurt, but it was really limited to Pollard and CeeDee Lamb. I mean, now it's like I forget we got Brandon Cooks on the outside. I forget about that. And then we got Tolbert, the young kid who's catching everything in camp.
I'm actually excited about Jake Ferguson and the fact. Here's a couple things that I liked seeing with Dak Prescott calling the plays, and I'm hoping that Mike McCarthy was taking note. Like, okay, that was a good play. Hold on, let me write that one down. Okay.
Yeah,
oh shit! Dak likes that one too. That he was taking some notes on this, but using Linkey as like an H-back there a couple plays, seeing 12 personnel, seeing the bootlegs.
Yep.
These are things that we've all said seem to work really well. Dak's calling him. I'm hoping that Mike McCarthy does that because I swear it seems like when it comes pressure games with Jason Garrett and Kellen Moore, they forget about all the shit that works.
Philadelphia.
But I'm just sitting here thinking, we're going to start the season with Brandon Cooks versus, who do we have starting last year? Was Dennis Houston starting last year? Along with CD?
It was up, but it was starting? No, I don't think he started.
It wasn't Michael Gallup. We had CD and a bunch of guys. I know nobody had caught a touchdown pass.
You had Noah Brown. You had who else? They didn't even use Turpin much. That's what I'm saying. I'm very excited. I think they're going to explode. Like offensively, I really do. I think they are, man. I think they're out to prove a point. And like you said, where we were last year, we were talking a big game, but in the back of our mind, we knew that they had issues. We were kind of hoping, Here, it's talent is everywhere. It's arguably the most talented team. I know people say the Eagles, but man, there's a lot of talent on this team, offense and defense. Deep talent. Eagles are nowhere near as deep on the defense, Philadelphia.
Okay. I hate to do this to them, but I got to do this. Noah Brown, 2 preseason games, 0 catches.
Then again, here we go again. Noah Brown, Cedric Wilson. What's the guy who was in Green Bay now is with the Jets?
Shit, he played well for us. Randall Cobb.
Guy. Randall
Cobb got 800 some odd yards.
Years under Dak Prescott.
Yeah, but the thing is
but Dak sucks.
Well, people will say this is what the Dak Prescott's all hitters say. He ends careers. Dak Prescott ended another career. It's like, are you sure about that? Because it seemed like some of those guys' careers were made when they were with Dak, and that's where I'm kind of thinking about Kellen Moore. Maybe Kellen Moore got made because of what Dak and crew were able to do. We're going to find out. We're going to find out with him with the Chargers. Kurt Morgan, You're right. Dak made people look good.
Yeah, Kirk, it's true. You can't have it both ways. You can't make somebody look good and then be ass, right? It's funny because Eagle fans aren't complaining about regular season because they know Dak tears up the regular season. Now it's because if you're one Super Bowl win, right? Now it's he has no real playoff success. Well, he's got 2 playoff.
He's got 2 playoff wins against Russell Wilson and Tom Brady.
I mean, it is what it is. It's a team game. That's the last time I'm saying that. But yeah, so let's just let the games begin.
Yes,
talking they ain't never gonna be over because that's what we do. But we're gonna talk about some wins. So you Eagles, you better be 5-0. You better be.
Somebody said Pizzle is trolling again, and that's fine. Pizzle control. Pizzle. You know what's funny?
What's he saying now?
I have no idea.
I'm about ready to get.
No, but here's the thing that's so funny about this.
At him, you watch.
I've got some ammunition for you too, because this is what I want to do too.
I didn't want to do it. He don't want to get involved with somebody little.
Here's the thing about Pizzle control all he wants to, but in the time that I have known him, they have never gotten a victory over the Dallas Cowboys. How can you troll when you constantly lose?
And the dude behind you snoring knows.
Oh man, yeah. And here's the other one because let me pull it up. Because, everybody, the hot number, of course, for everybody is Dak Prescott and Kirk Cousins. It's the same guy, right? All you need to say is 40-3. How about that? 40-3. That was the score last year. Cowboys versus the Vikings. Dak Prescott. Let's go through the numbers on this one because I was like, people seem to forget because I keep saying Kirk Cousins is so great, right? Dak had 22 of 25, 276 yards, 2 TDs. Kirk Cousins, 12 of 23 for 105 yards. End of argument.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins in his career has 1 victory over Dak Prescott. 1.
Crazy. Willie Vassar has a question. Mark Holmes, I have a question. We all know we need Dak in order to pay other players. And when he gets his extension, do you think Trey will get a chance when Dak's new contract is up? If he signs a new contract,
that's going to be like another 4 year. Yeah.
So,
no. Not unless he's okay with just, being a Dallas Cowboy. Yeah, but then again, you never know because he could end up being that guy that says, because Aaron Rodgers was basically behind Brett Favre, 4 years?
That's what I'm saying. Listen, let's just.
You might like being, you know what? You never know. You might look at the situation
let's say we
and
win the Super Bowl this year. Okay, Dak's going to sign a new deal. 3-4 years, he's probably done.
Yeah,
probably done. I mean, if he wins the Super Bowl, he's probably done. He ain't gonna need money ever in his life. I already told you he has to prehab that injury all year round. He's even when he's not playing football, he has to worry about that ankle.
Right.
So it's not like if he wins the Super Bowl this year, like I think they can, his next contract might be his last. And you're looking at a Trey Lance at 27?
Yeah.
If he's still here, okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's nothing wrong with that. But, well, let's go. Coyote Dak for Super Bowl MVP. I said, hey, Jared, I said that. I said, if Dak wins an MVP, that's going to kill everybody. I'm just going to make a video just lighting people up. I'm going to write all the names down. Dan Orlovsky, up yours. I'm just going to go off.
Oh, you can go. Well, you can go ahead and go up his now anyway, because he's a freaking idiot.
Yeah, I know, but at least I'll have some kind of backing. I'll try and make it funny, but I won't just curse. I'll just make it funny. But yeah, there's a lot of haters out there.
Oh my God! They were all licking their chops today because it was just like every show let out with the Dallas Cowboys sending a message to Dak Prescott about Trey Lance, and I'm kind of like, seriously? It's not like they brought in Aaron Rodgers.
We can't.
I would actually say that Andy Dalton was more of a threat.
Yeah, right.
At the point, I mean, you looked at Andy Dalton and said, okay, that guy actually had some good years.
I thought it was interesting hearing Michael Irvin talk about I thought it was great, actually, the Shanahan offense or the offense. You remember he said, Troy had to tell me, okay, we're running number 3, Michael. I thought that was fascinating.
Yeah.
But he always said, but doesn't matter. We always beat that 49er ass. He was talking about that system. So,
he was great on the show today.
Yeah, it was really good to see Michael back. Really good.
All right, good people. We're going to get ready to roll out of here, but the Eagles, they are doing their thing.
Grocery store, I used to actually swallow it, pause, but
Joe's packing and he used to.
I used to pack and swallow. I used to do a lot of stuff.
Dude, that should be your intro.
Yeah.
Your intro.
Well,
just look at the camera.
Packing and swallowing.
I haven't laughed that hard in a while.
Oh my God, that was a great trip, man. That was a great trip. We got to have another trip again together. But definitely, everybody, a shout out to my man Game Time. I know you said you had to go to the hospital or were at the hospital.
It wasn't. Yeah, it was for a friend.
Okay,
Yeah.
Thoughts and prayers to your friend.
Everything's good.
Okay, but everybody check out my man Game Time. He puts in the work, man. He's up and coming. He's one of my best friends and things out there. Definitely check out his channel as well as Prime Time. Give him some love, man, because the football season is back. Carl Thomas. Carl Thorne. Welcome, Carl Thorne.
Wow,
Carl,
welcome to the Mojo.
Another channel member. Shot glass as well as a squeeze football. Michael is back from his trip to the beach. We're going to be sending out a whole bunch more of these. We're going to try and get the rest of these things out here. I think I've got enough money to ship it. I can't get a discount from the post office, can I?
You have your own meter, right?
Yeah, I got my own meter and all that, and stamps.com.
Yeah.
So having a mailman as a friend doesn't help?
Nah, man.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Nah, sorry.
Thought I could get the hookup there.
Ain't no hookup to be had.
There ain't no hookup for the post office. Okay, yeah, because they're broke ass too.
It's the government.
Definitely check out my man. Show him some love and things and all that. Football is
come
back.
on, bro.
What?
Ivan's like, I'll find the Game Times channel soon. What are you gonna wait till after the year, Ivan, and hop on board?
Yeah, definitely, because you got your lunchtime. He's
Yeah,
literally giving up his lunch break for you guys to bring you news on the Cowboys.
Well, it saved me from eating, so that's good. So
that means you can come down and have that chopped cheese sub, then, huh?
Oof. Well, I'm trying to keep the weight off that I lost. I'm slowly gaining it, but I always seem to gain weight in the summer more because I'm always eating on the go, burgers and stuff. So I feel like I'm still all right, though. So I'm getting there.
Mr. Cowboy, we still have more going out. We still have about 200 more that have to go out.
Yeah.
I was a little broke on the shipping, so I was like, Mike, you got to slow down on them because we got to get the Red Brick House together. But they will be going out some more this week and next week as well. So with that being said, it is time to get up out of here. We're going to turn out the lights because this party's over.
Party's over. They say that all good things must end. Call it a night. The party's over. tomorrow and next year starts the same old thing again.